Hello students, how are you? So in the previous Google Meet class, I taught you about the administrative system in the state, and according to this, for the continuing this class, now I am going to teach you about the very important part of the state, which is also called the first citizen of the state, or he is also head, that constitutional head of the state. Okay, so I hope that you all of you know about him. So do you know who is he? Anyone can answer? No. Okay, so he is the governor. Okay, and students, do you know the who is the present governor of Gujarat? You know the name? Okay, let me tell you that Acharya Devvrat is the present or the current governor of Gujarat. Okay, previous there was a O.P. Kohli, but he's changed, and now our new governor of Gujarat is Acharya Devnath. Okay, this is the, you have to remember this information also. This also for the general is also very good. You have to memorize and remember and to know that all the political leaders and the administrative head of the country and the state. Okay, let us start our chapter. So governor. Okay, so governor means, so governor is the constitutional head of state. Okay, and our Gujarat state governor is Acharya Dev, present. Okay, so each state of India has a governor. She appointed by the president for 5 years after consulting the prime minister, and the governor are appointed by the president of India. Okay, and you should know the who is the president of India. Anyone can answer? If you answer, you can answer, right answer in the comment section. Okay, just listening for my question on directly you write. After I will give you answer also. Who I don't know the day. Okay, but who know the president of India, they can answer in comment. Okay, so the president of India is, who is Ramnath Kovind. Ramnath Kovind is the president, current president of India. Okay, so president appoint governor after the consulting the prime minister. The governor is the constitutional head of the state, and the entire administration is carried out in his or her name. Anyone that male female both can be a governor. Okay, so the entire administration of the head, it is carried out, is run under the name, in the name of. Okay, and he is the head of the state, and the entire administrations of the state is carried out in his or her name. The governor ensures that the state government function according to the constitution, and the governor is ensure the government, who is the ruling government, his work and his function, that government is function is according to the constitution. The function of the governor, and this is the function of the governor, that who is the ruling party or the government, they have to run, they have to rule, or they have to function according to the constitution. So the function of the government, the function of the governor are invite the leader of the majority party to form the government. Okay, now what are the function of the government, सॉरी गवर्नर, गवर्नर के फंक्शन क्या है, उसके काम क्या है, वो किस काम के लिए अपॉइंट किए जाते हैं. सो व्हाट आर द फंक्शन ऑफ द गवर्नर? सो इनवाइट द लीडर्स ऑफ द मेजॉरिटी पार्टी of to form the government. Okay, while there is elections are held in the state. Okay, and elections are completed. Okay, then after that, who got the majority in the election, that government invite that party to form their government. Like now in our state there is a chief minister is Vijay Rupani, So Vijay Rupani belong to the BJP party. So in the previous election that BJP got the majority, so that is the why that governor invites the BJP party, okay, and invite the leader of the BJP party to form the government. Okay, so administrations the oath of the loyalty to the constitution and the and of secrecy, and also the governor take the oath of this all the political leaders, all the ministers, oath of loyalty to the state, loyalty to the country, according to the constitutions and of secrecy. उसको भी secret, all the functions they are working for the state, they have to keep secrecy. Calls the legislative assembly in the season and also announce its adjournment. Adjournment means उसको बर्खास्त भी वही कर सकते हैं, यानी कि लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली को जो सेशन है वो गवर्नर बुला सकते हैं और उसको बर्खास्त भी वो कर सकते. Every bill passed by the state legislature has to receive the governor's assent. Okay, from the legislative assembly, which bill are passed? Okay, money bill, it is about the act, budget bill. Okay, if they have to pass, if it is already passed from the legislator, then this bill will go to the governor for his assent, for his signature, for his approval. And however money bill require his prior approval, यानी कि कोई भी मनी बिल होगा about the budget, to construct anything, about the road project, to construct any big monument. Okay, so this money bill will pass and whatever that bill are require his prior approval, यानी कि गवर्नर का अप्रूवल, गवर्नर की सिग्नेचर उसमें सबसे पहले इम्पोर्टेंट है. अगर गवर्नर उसमें सिग्नेचर नहीं करेगी तो वो मनी बिल होगा वो पास नहीं होगा. And also that act also will be not become, it will be just as it is bill, it will not become an act. यानी कि जहाँ तक किसी बिल पे गवर्नर सिग्नेचर नहीं करेगी तब तक उस स्टेट में वो बिल ही रहेगा, वो एक्ट नहीं बन सकता. अंडरस्टूड? सो टू legislative assembly they are making the laws and all. Okay, they have made any law. Okay, but for implement, to enforce this law, first they need the approval, they need the signature, they need the assent of the governor. Now some another functions. A bill undergoes 3 reading in the legislative assembly before it is passed. Following this is sent to the governor before it become a law. And the bill, money bill, budget bill, okay, about any rules or the new forms bill, about the amendment. Okay, so this bill will undergoes 3 reading in the legislative assembly. लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली में वो जो बिल होता है उसको 3 टाइम रीडिंग किया जाता है. हाउ मेनी टाइम? 3 टाइम. एंड आफ्टर 3 टाइम रीडिंग्स इट इज़ अ पास बिफोर इट इज़ असेंबली, एंड फॉलोइंग दिस इज इट इज सेंड टू द गवर्नर, और उसके बाद उसको किसको सेंड किया जाता है? गवर्नर को. ओके, एंड टू इट बिकम्स अ लॉ. और अगर उस पर गवर्नर सिग्नेचर करते हैं, दैट गवर्नमेंट अप्रूव दैट बिल, देन दैट बिल कैन बिकम अ लॉ. ओके, देन if a bill is not signed by the governor and is sent back to the Vidhan Sabha with his suggestion, then the MLAs have to debate on his suggestion. और अगर कोई बिल लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली में से पास किया है उन्होंने and it sent to the governor but government not signed on that bill and he gives some suggestion. Okay, so whatever suggestion given by the governor, so the member of legislative assembly MLA, they will do debate on his suggestion and they will make some improvement, they will make some reforms in that bill. Then revised bill is sent back to the governor for his signature. और फिर उसको रिवाइज यानी कि वो उसको फिर से कुछ उसमें अमेंड कुछ रिफॉर्म्स करके कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट करके फिर से उसको गवर्नर को सेंड करेगी. Okay, so this is the process. In an emergency, the governor can issue order called audience. Okay, in the emergency, wherever there is an emergency in the state, in the country, there is a government who is ruling is failed to manage. Okay, so that time governor can be implemented Rashtrapati rule. Okay, governmental rule in the state. NEC order called the audience. So appoint the judge of all courts at work under the High Court, and this is the duty of the governor to appoint the judge all the courts of that work under the High Court. यानी कि हाई कोर्ट के अंदर जो भी कोर्ट्स आती है, तालुका कोर्ट, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट, सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट, लोक अदालत, ओके, इन दिस कोर्ट गवर्नर अपॉइंट द जज, यानी कि अपॉइंट द जज फॉर ऑल द कोर्ट दैट वर्क अंडर द हाई कोर्ट एंड इन्फॉर्म टू द प्रेसिडेंट अबाउट द फंक्शनिंग ऑफ द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट किस तरह से काम कर रही है, आर दे वर्किंग अकॉर्डिंग टू द constitutions, are they functions according to the constitutions. Okay, this is the all the information is given by governor to the president. So inform to the president about the function of the government, state government. Okay, so this is the one governor. Now second is the chief minister. So all of you know who is the chief minister of our state. So Vijay Rupani is the chief minister of our state. So let us study about the chief minister. So the chief minister is the head of the council of ministers, very important positions in the state government. She is also called the CM. Okay, and she is also called the CM. यानी कि उनको हम CM यानी कि short form chief minister we can also can the CM. Okay, the functions of the chief ministers are, now here also some functions of the chief minister are given here. Okay, so the allotting various portfolios to different minister for of effective for the effective administration of the state. Okay, different there is field. Okay, that ministries. Okay, education minister, social and health minister, social work minister, defense minister, okay, trade minister, foreign affairs minister. So these are all the different ministries are allotted by a chief minister. So the allotting various portfolios to the different ministers for the effective administration of the state. Calling for meeting of council of minister at regular interval means after some time, after regular interval means कुछ चौक्कस समय के बाद, after a specific time that chief ministers call the council of minister, यानी कि जो भी ministers है उन सब की मीटिंग को बुलाते हैं. कौन? chief minister. Supervising the work of every ministers and guiding them, and the chief minister also supervising that all the works of the minister. Okay, are they working properly in their field? This all the work is supervised by the chief minister. And if there is any suggestion, okay, she also guide them. Then informing governor about decision taken by the council of minister, and it is also duty that chief ministers are obeyed to the governor. So the chief minister is informed that whatever decisions are taken by the council of minister, forming a new council of minister if necessary, and he also can form a new council of minister if is the necessary. अगर ज़रूर पड़ती है तो मिनिस्टर्स की न्यू काउंसिल और न्यू मिनिस्ट्री बना सकते हैं. Okay, council of minister. The council of ministers frame policies for allotted subject or department related to the state government and the executive. And the council of ministers frame policies for allotted subject. Different subjects are given. Okay, subject means don't think about their, okay, they also have to study about the math, science and all. No, here not about the maths and science. Here the subject about the different work about the education. Okay, developments of the state, irrigation, agriculture, industries, okay, minorities, welfare of the women empowerment, okay, these all the subjects. Okay, so the council of minister frame policies for allotted subject or department related to the state government and execute it. It also introduced the bill in the legislative assembly, and the government also introduced a bill, a budget in the legislative assembly. The finance minister of the state introduced the budget in the legislative assembly. Now who introduced the budget? बजट मीन्स कि अगर हमारे घर में भी कुछ मंथली कुछ अगर लाना है तो दैट मदर एंड फादर बोथ आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दैट वी हैव टू ब्रिंग इट ऑयल टीन एंड some other groceries and all. So how many budget will be spent on this? Okay, about the clothes. Okay, everything they are discussing about it. So as it is, for our state is also home, and the head of this home is the chief minister, so they are also discussed. And in this, okay, as it is in the our home, there is a father is the head, the chief minister, but all the finance कहाँ पे क्या खर्च करने सब कौन करते हैं? मम्मी. It can be said the finance minister, FM. Okay, so as it is that finance minister introduced the budget in the legislative assembly. So total cost, that income, outgoing, okay, outsources, this all about the all aspects of the economy, and the what is the cost will be spent to the development on the education, on the health, okay, for the defense. This all are discussed in the budget. Now think, what if the term of the office of the cabinet? Okay, so the cabinet is also, it is a run according to the season wise. Okay, it is a depend on the rashtra that president can be call it. How are the ministers responsible for their ministry? Why? Okay, how are, so ministers are responsible for their ministry, and they are responsible to the chief minister, and chief minister is responsible to the governor. What will happen if no confidence motion is passed against a minister or the central council? The no confidence यानी कि उन पे अविश्वास, यानी कि उन पे ट्रस्ट नहीं है कि वो जो काम कर रहे हैं वो सब सही से कर रहे हैं. अगर उन पे ये कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, उन पे अगर ट्रस्ट नहीं है, when this bill passed against the minister, so whole minister council of the minister will be adjourned. यानी कि जो काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर है उसको पूरी बर्खास्त कर दिया जाता है. Okay, so entire council of ministers will be suspended. Okay, the dismiss. So the collect information about the present council of ministers and their ministers. Okay, now you have to find out information about the who are the ministers in the council of minister. Okay, so let me first, I am telling you the head. So the council of ministers head is the chief minister, and under the chief minister who are other ministers are working. So the council of ministers in there, you can have to write about the health minister, education minister, minority minister, okay, agriculture minister, trade minister, foreign affairs minister. This is the all ministers are working under the chief minister. Now the work to be done is divided between the state and the central government. Okay, and the works, so these works are done between the state and the central government. In a case, state government is also there is working, and also central government is also working. Okay, central government look after the all the work all over the nation, पूरे देश के बारे में उनको देखना पड़ता है, and the state government is look out for its state region. So the state government function at the state level, and the union government, central government, functions at the national level. Okay, so these are the two different level working things to know. So there are 28 states in India. Now it is, this is the old text, that is why here write the 29, But which was the Jammu and Kashmir? Now Jammu and Kashmir is divided into the two separate union territory, that Jammu and Ladakh. So that is why it is not called be in the state, but it is the union territory. Okay, so there are how many states? 28 states, including Delhi as a national capital. There are also 9 union territories. In the before this, Jammu and Kashmir was separated into the two different union territories, Jammu and the Ladakh. There was 7, but now Jammu and Ladakh two union territories are became. So now the union territories are total 9. Got it? So there are total. This will be changed. Okay, here number will be changed. Here will be the 28 and here 9. Is it clear, students? Okay, just keep in mind, don't make mistake it about. Okay, if any will ask you the question that total how many states are in our country, 28 states. Okay, and how many union territories are there? So 9 union territories. So now let us back to the point. So state and central, state government and central government, they are both working at their level. Okay, so the difference between the state and the central government is the area in which they function. Okay, now state government is work at the state level and the central government work at the national level. So there is a difference between the area which they function. So therefore the responsibility of a state government is limited to the particular state. like state government वो limited है. Okay, they have to functions for the state only, for that reason only. It is limited. They have to not, they cannot go out of their state, they cannot function out of their state. No any rules are applied. Which rules are applied in the Gujarat? So like there is a liquor drinking of alcohol, it is a ban in the Gujarat. So but it is not banned in the Maharashtra, it is not banned in the Rajasthan, it is not been the ban in the MP. So if that Vijay Rupani enforced to the Rajasthan, don't consume alcohol, यानी कि दारू मत पियो आप राजस्थान में, will they obey? No. So the functions of a chief minister of Gujarat is limited to Gujarat only. That Rupani can't force other state people to do that. Got it? But central level. So central level government, the union government, okay, it is also can be called the union government. Okay, why it is called union, I will tell you the after. So the central government of the union government, okay, it is a work for the entire nation. Okay, so which work they do for the other state, that same rules also are implemented to the some other state also. So that is why therefore a responsibility of the state government is limited to the particular state. For example, the work of the Gujarat state government is limited to the its boundary, whereas the central government take care of entire nation. Means the Vijay Rupani, who is the chief minister, he will look after just only for the state of Gujarat, but the prime minister of India, the Narendra Modi, he will look after the whole nation. Okay, now the functions and powers of state and central government are divided into 3 lists. यानी कि जो स्टेट और यूनियन गवर्नमेंट दोनों के जो फंक्शंस और पावर है उनको 3 लिस्ट में डिवाइड किया गया है. फर्स्ट इज कॉल्ड द यूनियन लिस्ट, सेकंड इज कॉल्ड द स्टेट लिस्ट एंड थर्ड लिस्ट कॉल्ड इज द कंकरेंट लिस्ट. Okay, so let us see. So the union list, the state list and the concurrent list, the subject included in this list are mentioned in the constitution. Now dear students, please pay attention here. Now whatever you are studying in the SS subject, this will be not for only 7 standard. This also you have to learn in the 8th standard, in the 9th standard, in this 10th standard, and if you are going for the further study in the college and if you will take the SS, okay, then also you have to study this. And also in the competitive exam, these uh, the civic will and geography will be the compulsory for you to memorize it and to remember. So please, this all this whatever I am teaching you in the SS, just keep it in mind. Don't study it, don't learn it for just only for the exam. Okay. So first, union list. So the subject headed over to the union government are included in the union list. And in the union list there are consist total 97. How many? Total 97 lists are consist. So census. Census means the counting of the population of the entire nation. पूरे देश की पॉपुलेशन कितने उसको काउंट करने उसको कहते हैं सेंसस. रिलेशन विद फॉरेन कंट्रीज, दूसरे देशों के साथ हमारा रिलेशन कैसे है, दैट इज डिफेंस, फाइनेंस एंड बैंकिंग, इलेक्शन, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ लॉ, फॉर्स ऑफ सिटीजन, रेलवे, टेलीग्राफ, पोस्ट, इंश्योरेंस सर्विस, सी, air, road, railroad, nuclear power, etc. are included. So total 97 subjects are enlisted in the union list, and these all the works are functions by the union government. Then state list. So state lists which are include and which are functions by the state government, they are called the state list. So the subject related to the states are enlisted in the state list. The state government makes the law with help of the legislative assembly, and the state also can make a law with the help of legislative assembly and the executive of the cabinet. The list include health, agriculture, forest, local self-government, etc., etc. Okay, and in the state list there are total 66. How many? 66 subjects are included in it. Now the concurrent list, some why, means which list are not enlisted in the union list and in the state list, that are included, that are comprised in the concurrent list. Okay, so the union and the state government both can form law for it. There are 47 subject, and that total 47 subject they are comprised for both, for the union list also, for the union also, and for the state government also. Okay, and they both can make law for it. And if there is any disagreement, any disappointment, okay, between the state and the union, nation, country, so which is the rule or the law formed by the country or the nation that will be implemented to the nation. So prevention of crime, revenue or tax, divorce, literacy, industry, employment, electricity, etc. are included in this list. All of you students, what are this list? So union list, the functions of the union government, central government. State list, that functions which are included in it, total 66 lists are there. Okay, the functions of the state government. Concurrent list, so the functions which are functions by both union government also and state government also. There are enlisted total 47 subject. Now the legislative assembly. So Marina, Imran and other students of their school were very excited about their trip to Gandhinagar. यानी उन लोग गांधीनगर जाने की जो ट्रिप थी वो पिकनिक थी उनके लिए बहुत एक्साइटेड कि या टुडे वी विल गो टू द गांधीनगर, दैट गांधीनगर इज द कैपिटल ऑफ आवर गुजरात. So that is why they were excited to go Gandhinagar. The capital of Gujarat, where they were going to see the legislative assembly, and they were going to see the legislative assembly. After the security check, they went upstairs. There were arrangements made for visitors from where they could see the grand hall downstairs. Sitting arrangement of the members of the Legislative Assembly was made in that meeting hall. Okay, so for the visitors, there was a arrangement was made for the visitor, so they could see that grand hall downstairs, यानी कि नीचे से वो पूरा जो grand hall था for the MLS, for the meeting, they could see from the downstairs. On that day, the current issue was to discuss on the in the Legislative Assembly, and on that day, one current issue was discussed in the Legislative Assembly. Usually, in a Legislative Assembly, the MLA, just keep in mind that MLA, the full form of MLA is Member of Legislative Assembly. You can also note down in your notebook if you have. Okay, can express their view during a question answer season. They can ask questions and give suggestions. So during the question answer season, there is some period of the time given to the MLAs. Okay, in the 1 hour they can ask questions and they can get the answer. Okay, they can also give their opinion, give their suggestions also. Okay, the members give their feedback on the issue being discussed, and in this session they also can give their feedbacks which issues being discussed in the Legislative Assembly. Then the concerned minister answered the questions and briefed them about the measure being taken to solve the issue. And who are the concerned minister? Means who is the ruling party? They have to answer the opposition party's questions. Okay, and also that measure being taken to solve the issue. And at that time they have to solve this problem. Here is that you can see the pictures of the Legislative Assembly from the one MLA is asking some questions or giving some suggestions or the feedbacks. Okay, let us see. So we often come across on the television or in newspaper, यानी कि हम बहुत बार टेलीविज़न और न्यूज़पेपर हम रीडिंग्स न्यूज़ देखते हैं, the decisions that are taken by the chief ministers and other ministers in order to run the government. Mean chief ministers or दूसरे जो ministers हैं उन्होंने कुछ order लिया है. Now during the corona age, during this corona, many of the time that government has taken the decisions about the lockdown, about the unlocking, about the for how many days that schools will be lockdowns. Okay, how that school will run during this class. Okay, now just recently that one announcement was passed by the courts and also the government that schools have to not force the parents to collect fee. Okay, so these types of decisions also taken by the chief ministers. In order to run, while taking the decision about anything, it is necessary to take the permission of the MLA, and this is also necessary. While they are taking any decision, they have to take the permission of the MLA. In a democracy, the MLA can question the chief minister and the other ministers and discuss about important matter. So in our democracy, we are living in the democratic country. Okay, of the people, for the people, by the people. Okay, so the other ministers have right, they can ask the question to the chief ministers why these kind of decisions are taken, what is the benefit of these decisions. Okay, by this reason which peoples will be affected worstly. Okay, this all the questions they can ask to the ministers. Okay, and also they can discuss about the important matters. They can even take decision regarding financial matter and decide on the expenditure to be done in the different area, and also they can take the decisions regarding financial matter, okay, about the economy, and they also can decide that expenditure means in which area how many rupees they will be used. Okay, how much income they will get by the taxes and the other budgets. Okay, when the Legislative Assembly is in session, any of the MLA can ask the question. Legislative Assembly में जब session चल रहे होते हैं, so any MLA member of Legislative Assembly that can ask the question. The speaker manages the assembly and one requires his permission before presenting anything. and whoever MLA want to ask the questions, they want to give any suggestion or the feedbacks, okay, or any MLA want to discuss about the issue, they have to take prior permission from the speaker. If speaker allow them to speak in the legislative assembly, then after they can speak, otherwise no one allowed to speak. Means they need the permission. This is the discipline, okay, like while you are also in the class, so whenever you want to talk, okay, you want something, you are taking permission from the teacher, okay. Are you doing this? No sir, we are talking as it is, जब भी हमारा मन किया हम तो बोल लेते हैं, we are not taking any permission. No, that is not a manner, students. Whenever you want to ask any questions, just up your hand and ask to your teacher, may I ask a one question sir, madam, okay. So this is, that is who is the speaker in the assembly. He manages the assembly, he or she, and require her his permission before presenting anything in the legislative assembly. Okay, now here think, I hope that one of students from you will become the MLA one day. Who will become? Who wanted to become in future in your life? Just write in the comment sections with your name. I will vote you for it. Okay, if you want to become. Okay, so here's the questions, that if you become an MLA, what different type of work will you do? कि अगर आप MLA बनते हो तो आप अपने एरिया के लिए किस तरह से काम करोगे? What will you do? Will you do for the empowerment the women? Will you do work for the development of the education? Will you do work for the health, hygiene? Yeah, that is the most important, health and hygiene, because whole entire world is suffering for this pandemic, okay. So you have to think, and what type of work will you like to do, will you do if you will become the MLA? Write in the comment section, okay. Okay, now here is the exercise. So whom should an MLA address before presenting a questions or raising an issue? So this MLA should have to address to the speaker. What will happen if the governor does not sign the bill? If the government does not sign the bill, that bill will not become an act or law. What are the functions of the Council of Minister? So different functions are given is there, okay, as I mentioned in the previous. Okay, the Council of Minister, they work for the development of the state, okay. In the state list, which are the functions given, this all the works of the Council of Minister. What are the functions of the Chief Minister? Okay, Chief Minister look after for the all the administrative functions, okay. They are working, also Chief Minister give them suggestions, okay. Write about the main organs of the functions of the government, and the main organs and the function, okay. There are three main functions of the main organs of the government: the legislature, judiciary, and the executive, okay. And these organs you have to get, that is briefly given in the textbook. Why is the legislative council known as the upper house? State which house function in the Gujarat. So legislative council known as the upper house. So there are in the legislative two houses are there, lower house and the upper house. Legislative council is the upper house and legislative assembly is the lower house. State which house function in the Gujarat. So in the function of in the Gujarat, there is a legislative assembly is function, not legislative council. Make a list of the work that have not been done and which you, in your opinion, should be done by the government. Okay, so in your area, what types of the work have been not done by the government? Okay, and in according to your opinion, what should be done by the government? Government को उसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए? Okay, about the corona this season also, you can corona time, what is the happening in your area? Okay, you also can write. Okay, so students, here is the our chapter 9 is over. Write this all the questions exercise, okay, and also prepare some short questions from this lesson and also to memorize it. Okay, so students, bye bye, take care, stay home, stay safe.